This feels strange.
Evil love, something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does evil love. Something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does. Live evil church steeple, Christ is a drug dealer, howler wolf, eyes to see what be wrong with the people. They live to get high, doped out with fuzz and needles, grim reaper, pharmakia, desktop Medea, Sia, high purple, ink pearls, Dr. Slooms, that's my girl, run the world, cola swirl, dope so strong they had to hurl. The greedy egos took them with lust, it fucked them up, hit the flush, in Lady Justice I trust. Evil love, something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does evil love. Something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does.
Welcome back to a very unique Lady Babylon. We're caught in a situation where our attack is going to be noticeably different. So bear with us. And we are also having to randomize our time together now. Ridiculous. Oh God, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those situations. If it's too bad, people, I'm sorry. If it's too bad, we'll have to try to do something about it. But this is the circumstances you find yourself in every once in a while, and you have to roll with it, man. When you're on the front, you know what I mean? Everybody at Lady Babylon, who's putting Chewy's here with me, but we're doing it totally different tonight, as you can tell. Everybody who's here with me, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your time, and I really appreciate the fact that you're here, despite the fact that we have to do this random now. It's really, really unnecessary, but those are the circumstances under which we operate. Fantastic. I have material for you tonight that is going to blow your brain. It's going to absolutely blow your brain. This is in the it doesn't get more beautiful than what I'm about to show you. I wanted to bring some clips tonight, congregation of Satan. I wanted to bring some clips just to show you there's some new stuff going on demonized Aman. Demonized. This is the camera show here. Right there. Demonized Aman. Oh my God. It's spectacular. I love it, people. I absolutely love it. Oh, we're going to love it. Look. Yes, right. We're going to look into it. But, I think actually we'll choose some of the fun first. I just want to show you some fun. Can you load up that clip, Chewy? Just people, remember, this is. Oh, is it already? Make it stop. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so we'll get that straightened out. Now I want you to take a look at some of this. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's a little bit sad. But the
with
you have to be cheerful. You have to be cheerful, people, and you have to realize These people generate their own chains. They bring their own destruction and slavery. And it's fascinating to watch it happen historically, right? This is an educational channel. It's an educational channel. So let's educate ourselves. Chewy, show us some of these people doing some of their stuff. Go ahead, play it.
Causes a professor to manifest the demon just from what he said on a podcast.
He's pulling the demon out of you.
Stop. You're trying to stop. I can't take it.
You look like you're going through an exorcism right now.
Steve,
Is
stop.
Wes Huff pulling the devil out of you right now?
Yep, what you just saw there literally caused the host to say, "You look like you're going through an exorcism right now."
The power of Christ compels you.
Dr. Aman Hillman is no ordinary professor, with his head tattoos possibly being the most normal thing about him. He is a controversial figure who's built his career on reinterpreting Christianity through the lens of drugs, myths, and scandal. A former Baptist Sunday school teacher turned apostate, he now claims Jesus led a ritualistic drug cult, trafficked teenage apostles, and died of a venom overdose. You can't make this up. Not crucifixion. After being fired from St. Mary's University over a provocative Medea translation, he brought his extreme theories to millions on the Danny Jones podcast. Check out what he had to say here.
All you got to do is bring up those cults and their activities. The stuff the early Christians were doing, they're collecting blood. And this is from their own insiders who are telling us this. Eustathius tells us this.
So who was Jesus Christ?
Yeah, Christ is a title.
Christ is a title.
Yeah, Christ is a title. Yeah, and it's a pharmaceutical term. It's the
Christ is a pharmaceutical term.
where you put,
in Greek.
Yeah, yes, but it means you can perform an incrustation, they called it, where I give you a drug. What you'll see me do is I'll spit on the ground. Yeah, I'll spit on the ground and I'll use a combination of earth and spittle, my own spittle. Why am I spitting? Did you know Jesus walked out and spit in people's faces? Last Supper was the party all night, naked, right? It says specifically that Jesus was naked with his paideia, with his boys. And he's always calling them boys. He calls them my little ones. I've got some verses here where he calls them my little ones, right? So what is he doing? He's perpetuating a cult.
This insane podcast led to a response podcast from Wes Huff addressing some of these crazy theories from Aman.
All right. So, yeah. Now, you saw there, people, the incrustation, right, that we were talking about. And remember, Wes Huff came out and said, this doesn't exist in the Bible. It's not there. That's not how they use this word, right? There's the Bible use of the word, and then there's everything else, right? Okay. But he didn't know, because he doesn't actually read the Bible. He didn't know that in Revelation, it uses the incrustation, and it's in the eyes. And he actually mentions the specific drug that is used. It's a drug type, a collyrium, right? So you can see, everybody, can you see what the faith does to the individual mind? Can you see what it does? Did you sense a little bit, just a little bit of pride? Just a little bit of arrogant pride, right? This is the beauty of what we are bringing to the world through these texts, is that they will laugh at it until it is in their face. The victory is ours, people. The victory is ours, right? We are waiting for the ascendant muse. Do you understand? Right in front of us, historically, it's happening. Give us another minute of the genius of this. People, I thought it was important. I wanted you to see how I'm being portrayed. It's very important, because you, by just sitting here listening to me, are perpetuating, right, this portrayal. And it's coming back to you, right? It's coming right back on you. It's not just me that they're saying is demonized, right? Now, let's take a look. They're going to try to sell us a cruise or something. That's what I have a feeling. What do you think, Chewy? Okay, give us more clip.
His arguments in particular are not just fringe, they're him against the entirety of the scholarship. And that's where he's taking very specific parameters for words, and he's then applying them in ways in contexts where they just do not apply. And individuals who I greatly disagree on a whole range of things, individuals like Dan McClellan and Kip Davis, have pointed out the fact that what he's doing is he's applying a very specific level of terminology within the ancient Greek language in cases where it doesn't apply.
So Wes goes on to give an in-depth breakdown of how wrong Aman is. And for me, brought back warm, nostalgic memories of another time.
I actually have a facsimile. So I have a photocopy that was done by the British Library.
So you can see where the champion stands, right? The champion who didn't know that there was Christing in Revelation. People, there's one thing that I've been telling you this whole time: frauds. You are surrounded by frauds. Okay? This person who is saying this stuff, and this person has said it, and some guy wearing flip-flops said it, and blah, and hoo-ha, and no, sorry. Face the text. Are you ready? Are you ready to face me? No, right? Danny asked him, please, for the sake of the Renaissance, come in here, talk to Aman. Oh, Huff was too busy. He said, I'm busy, and it would take me too long to prepare. You're right, it would. It would take you 35 friggin' years. So people, tonight, sit back. Let's watch him a little bit more. Here, bring up the clip, fast forward to about here. Boom, let me do it. I'll do it. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead.
Telling him to his face that it looks like you're exercising a demon right now, right? So we're going to look at this and just pay attention closely as Wes is just explaining how he's fumbling the text. Check this out.
And part of the problem with something like what Aman says is that he's taking terminology that exists within the parameters of a specific field, and then he's applying them in areas where there's an entirely different contextual meaning and spectrum of understanding.
It's a big turd.
Part
Catch
of
it
what he
off.
said that some people jumped on was that he says that the word Christ comes.
So here you could just see his face completely. Look at, the body language, the rubbing of the eyes. He is so uncomfortable with this, but it escalates. He doesn't just stay here. It gets worse. Oh, now he's covering up his head. He cannot sit still and let Wes explain the issues. And he's not dealing.
He can't sit still and let Wes explain the issues of the arguments. Do you hear how buried you are in bullshit? The issues. What issues do you have? We're talking about the word Christ, right? I got no issues with Christ. You got no issues with Christ. Satanic congregation, you've seen shit Christing. You've seen throat Christing with a dildo. You have seen nostril Christing. You have seen vaginal, rectal. Oh, God. You have seen them using drugs for everything. These gents, they don't have any. And by the way, notice that it's mostly men. Does that tell you something? Does that tell tells you your average intelligence is going to be low. Sorry. What are you going to have to do? You're going to have to show these people, right? Because Wes is not going to agree to talk back and forth with someone like me who's actually run through these texts. Let me give you an example. Jesus Christ, when he's hanging there between two laceti, right, is thinking back. And what happened, Jesus, when you got arrested? When you got arrested, you screamed out, I'm not a lactes. What is a lactes, Wes? You haven't read any of the literature surrounding, so you don't know. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to bring up all that literature and I'm going to say, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? No, it's written at the same time as your Gospels. It's contemporary, bruh. Can you read it? And I'm going to put the text up there. And what is Westhoff going to do when he sees these texts? Bring up my first text tonight, Chewy. What is Westhoff going to do? Yeah. What is Westhoff going to... No, actually, don't bring up that one. Bring up the one under that one. Boom. What is... Yeah, go ahead. What is Westhoff going to do when I start bringing up actual Greek? He's going to run people because the only place that you can do this is with classical philologists who are classically trained. Seminarians can't do this, bruh. Okay? I'm just telling you the way it is. It's a dance. It's a drunken dance, fighting style that you can't master. Right? You can't beat it. It's indefensible. Right? Fighting drunken style. All I got to do is pick up an ashtray, aka an ancient source, and throw it. Do you understand? It would be, oh God, cornered. That's what. Now remember, it's coming, people. Remember, it's coming. Okay, fantastic. Give me the first source tonight. Let's shy away from the silliness, people. I want you just to look at this. And who is this? Well, this is something called the Physiologus. We don't know who the author of this thing is. It's 2nd century. Some people try to argue about the date, but it's 2nd century. And we know that other authors, other Christian authors, are using it, or at least have been exposed to it. So this thing is old, has lots of, mystery things going on. And if you have ears to hear like you do, congregation, you will hear this. Now, I want you to see the title. Here, boom. I'm going to do like this. Oh, yeah, baby. I can do this great tonight. Look at this, people. Read that in bold. Perites Gorgones. Oh, Perites Gorgones. Concerning the Gorgon. Now, you think you know. You think you know what the Gorgon is. What is that? Can you get rid of that? You think you know what the Gorgon is. You don't. You know who else doesn't know? The Grand Templar. He doesn't know. Do you know who else doesn't know? None of those Masons. None of them know. Why? Because they gave up on the Greek sources. Right? Unlike their founders, they gave up on the Greek sources. They don't even know why they have a head. Do you want me to show you why they have a head? Do you want to see tonight one of the most esoteric entries that we have made here for the Satanic Congregation? Do you want to see it? Yeah. Why do you get this knowledge? Why do you get this knowledge? Because you came here without anything in your pockets. You're not paying me, right? We're not monetized, congregation, right? We're just in the midst. We're bringing it. We're bringing it to the empire, right? Fantastic. Oh, God, I love it. I love it. Okay, let's see if other people have come here looking for money. Bring up the clip again, Chewy. Bring up the clip. Yeah, bring up the clip. Show me the clip. Boom, and boom, and boom. And I'm going to play it. Go ahead and play it. Boom. Can you hear me?
With the issues, he's not responding with anything.
Mute me.
He is just uncomfortable. He has nothing to interject, nothing to say, no value. He's just sitting here, fidgeting, turning, uncomfortable, trying to figure out how does he make it through this part of the conversation without melting.
Instance in this stream of classical medical literature, it means to apply a drug to your eyes, specifically related to not the bot fly. What does he say? The
bot fly.
He relates it to a fly.
Okay, people. Do you see what I mean? Now, that may have quickly gone by you, just over your head quickly. You may not have noticed that he didn't know what the terminology was. Chrio, the verb from which Christos is derived, means to be stung by the gadfly. There's a whole tradition about it. I was talking to the steering wheel, Falcon steering wheel. There's a whole tradition about it. The fact that he doesn't know that is huge. It means he's not in the loop with Socrates either, being the gadfly. Do you understand? Speaking of the gadfly, I'm going to eat that thing if it goes by again. Yo! Get out of here. Now, the fact that he doesn't know that, it may just pass you by. You may not strike anything in your head. But this is huge because chrio means to be stung by the gadfly. To be stung by the gadfly. To be in a state of oestrus. Oestrus is the word for the gadfly, like Christos. Do you understand? And what is that oestrus? We saw it last week in our definitions, right? We saw that oestrus is a maniac sexual desire. Satyrs go around with it. And that's why, Timmy, they have erections. That's why on the stage in Athens, the satyrs came out and they had a cord they could pull on this leather phallus, and they would give themselves erections on stage to great applause. And these things were big, right? So everybody could see them. When we started the play, The Medea, we brought in the procession, a 6 foot, was it 6 or 8? I can't remember. It was big, phallus, just like they did, to achieve the same effect. Turns out it can also cause people to be very, very upset. But we were dealing with priests and Catholics who were hiding outrageous crimes. Have you children, Mr. Rogers in hell speaking? Have you seen anyone hiding outrageous crimes against children? Have you sat there and done like this? I don't know. Maybe you lost some paperwork or some tapes. Yeah. Have you done that? Maybe you just sat there and were silent. It's the same thing. The devil loves you all. Right? Why? Because it gives us so much goddamn work to do. And it gets my goat. It gets my goat. Do you understand me? There she is. There she is, that Penelope. Penelope, it's so good to see you, Satanic Congregation. Welcome back, Penelope. Right? What does Penelope do? Penelope is my coat. And you can see that the cross covers a multitude of her sin. Do you understand? Oh, God, Penelope, it's been a long time. I appreciate you coming. I'm going to smack that backside of hers. Get her out of here. Fantastic. Has he been eating the purple again? Those goats, I'm telling you, dude, you leave your drugs around. The goats in antiquity, they will get high, right? Fantastic. Or would you be surprised to find that out? I don't know. Maybe where's our person with the goats? All the goats. Somebody has like a whole herd of goats. Okay. Bring up that text again. People, let me warn you before Chewy does this. We're going in deep now. I'm going to translate something to you that is absolutely just on the mark mystery. Okay. I'm going to translate it to you. Now, when did I find this? I found this last night. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. Yesterday. Somewhere yesterday. And I just want you to realize the profound relevance that we have for Lady Babylon. The profound. Okay, are you ready? I should have turned the falcon around. I'm gonna look. Shine the light on me. Do I look like Zeus? You'd love it. Give me this. Make me small. Okay, now it's too big. I gotta see all the words. Okay, about the Gorgon. Are you ready? The Gorgon, right, has the shape of a woman who is a eumorphic porne. What is a eumorphic porne? Oh, God, that is a porne that has the best form. Do you understand? And what does the porne do? She does porneo. She engages in acts with you that are sexual. Okay, fantastic. This is the Gorgone. Now, for those of you who are sitting there saying, "Oh my God, I didn't know." Yes, you did, because I've been telling you about the Echidnaic priestesshood forever. Sometimes not mentioning it that way, but you're getting bits and pieces of it. Do you understand? Oh God, does anybody remember the arrows? The arrows. Oh God, I forgot to mention the arrows. Pull this up. Watch. If Huff is watching, he'll crap his little pants. Right? He'll poop. Let's squeeze out a little turd. No, bring me up number 1 from today. Because he knows you can't read it, people. Are you ready? Who is this? Really quick. This is Elian. This is Elian, right? And what does he say? Just look at paragraph 16. Right? Right? The stinger, the ones who employ their stinger of the wasps, they do the same thing. He says, whenever they see a dead viper, they fall on it and they pharmaceuticize their stinger. They do what? They drug their stinger. They do the same thing that we do with our arrows. They drug them. Then what does it say? He says, I think this is the way that people learned. I think this is the way that people learned the process of, doing their arrows. He says, look at Odysseus in the Odyssey. And then he quotes the Odyssey down here, right, people? He quotes it, right? Pharmakon androphonon, the drug that kills people. He's looking for it, it says. And he wants to Christ. Does everybody see the arrow Christ? Look, Wes. Look, Wes Huff. Look, Westy. Right? Who says general things. By the way, people, notice that he says general things about my Greek. Just really general stuff. He never gives a specific example. It's very general. Oh, well, he's doing this with the exegesis and this. Right? No, Wes. I'm reading Greek that you don't read. But people think you read, Wes. That's the problem. Look at this. Christai. Do people see it here? Here it is, the Christing. What are you Christing? All the way back in Homer? a good 700 years at least before Jesus. You're Christing Eus. Christing your arrows, man, with this human killing drug. Right? Okay, fantastic. And what does this author, Elian, go on to say? He says, you can't forget Heracles, too. He baptized his arrows with Eos, the Eos specifically of the Hudra. Do you understand? He baptized his arrows. Wait a minute. That's how they're using baptize? Yeah. 700 years before Jesus, 800, 700 years before Jesus. They're using it this way. And that's a reflection of the Bronze Age. So that stuff is coming from the people who invented those practices, right? Fantastic. Right? Oh, God. It's gorgeous. Give me the second text back. Now, people, before we have the revelation, I want to show them the video with the true. Look, people, if you're looking at somebody in the face and you're trying to figure out, is this person legitimate? Look at what they're searching for. Look at what they're driven by. Look at what they want. And are you ready? Let's see, Chewie, what they want. Hang on, I'm going to start here. Nope.
And
I don't remember the detail, but
well, and it does.
Go ahead. Your audience must know this man does not really read Greek. What is he, finishing his PhD?
He's finishing his PhD.
Respectfully, I think he has some other reasons he may not want to be in a room with you. And speaking of being in the room with you, Wes Huff will actually be in the room with us for our second Bless God Summit happening March 5th through 7th in Oceanside, California. This is our second ever Bless God Summit, and we have, of course, our very own Wes Huff, KB, and Southside Rabbi, my friends, Ninjas and Butterflies from the Sunday Cool channel, Trizzle Fitness, What Do You Mean, Dustin Savella, Ryan Horton, Josh Nadeau, and an amazing oceanfront property in beautiful Oceanside, California. You can go to blessgodsummit.com, and we are announcing more speakers. And the good news is we kept the prices the same from this past year's Bless God Summit, and you have over 9 months to figure out how to get yourself there to Oceanside. So go to blessgodsummit.com. Get your tickets now because they just went public. And especially if you missed last year's, you do not want to miss this Bless God Summit. Go to blessgodsummit.com, get your tickets. All right. So I have another clip of Aman talking about demonic things and Antichrist a little later. But
all right. Now, do you see? Do you see what's going on with the? Do you see what's going on? Can you bask in the cruise, right? What really is important is selling stuff, and that's one of his people that he works with, right? Wes comes and endorses whatever they're doing, and that's the way the business works. And all of that he introduces as a way of turning away from my point of, hey, he doesn't actually read the Greek, dude. He doesn't actually do it, right? It's Aman against the world. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. It's the muse. And I don't care what side you're on. Muse always wins. Always wins. Right? This is the author of everything. Oh, God. Laugh it. And how is she so capable? All you got to do is go to the sources. I'm telling you, this is why Wes wouldn't face me, because he knows. Okay, I read Greek, dude. I'm going to put him under the table. People, Christing, it's going. It's coming out. It's coming out. People are seeing it. It's lovely. Okay. I wanted you to see that the profit, right? This man is about making profit. So if you feel kind of silly for following what he's saying, realize it's just a product. There's a product being generated for you to consume. Unfortunately, don't share. Unfortunately, it's a poison. It's a poison because it forces you to deny your own internal reasoning. And because of that, it's dimmed. Nature will take it out, right? Like a virus. It will restore the system, remove the virus. Right? Fantastic. Fantastic. Look at how positive this gent is making me. Now bring up the source, Chewy. The second one. Yep, there we go. Okay, now people, fasten your seatbelts. I'm going to take you into the deep now. Are you ready? I'm going to take you into the deep. Concerning the Gorgon. The Gorgon is this beautiful woman who is a porne and has this gorgeous shape, and her hair on her head is like serpents. And her particular beauty of her face is death. She plays. She's happy at the specific time of her orexis. Go ahead and bring me in. And you can put some backgrounds. At her orexis, what is the time of her orexis? That is the time of her propensity. That is the time of her inner drive that is inescapable. The drive that brings all of us. The drive that makes biology possible. The drive that allows us to have planets and solar systems with living entities. That drive is her orexis. Good. Let's go back to the text. This is the Gorgon that we're talking about. And some of you say, oh God, I thought I knew what a Gorgon was, and ha, hoo, ha. Right? Isn't the original much more beautiful? Right? Now, this is the only time it says that she paidse, that she sings and dances. It's the only time. At this time, she nemetai, she becomes nemesis. And I know this means a lot to people like Pat, to people like Pat Mills. They want nemesis, right? They don't just want happiness and peace. They want nemesis. They want justice. What does she do? She deals out justice on the mountains at sundown, right? And when the day comes of her orexis, she begins to vocalize from the level of the lion and all the remaining animals, from men through all the cattle and all the flying things, right? All the dragons, all those serpents. And what does she say? She says this. Do you have a picture of that? Chewy wants to put an illustration up. Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice who she is? Did people know that in the book of the Revelation, when we talk about death, did you know that we're talking about her? Did you know that? No, you didn't. Because you didn't get your Etruscan education of life and death. You didn't know she's the one who's waiting. She's the one who's waiting. Why do you think at Eleusis we do this? Death and hell were cast out. Do you know what the heart of the mystery is? Lady Death and hell. Right? And who's that? Dionysus, Eros, Saturnus. Right? Beautiful, diabolical. And why would the devil be so slandered through time? You saw people why they're slandering me. And people, that's all it is slander. Right? That's all it is slander. He's a this and that. Look at him. He looks demonized. Right? Why? Because they don't have anything. I saw a beautiful Christian comment writing into that show that said, this is embarrassing that all you've got are ad hominem attacks on this guy. All you can do is talk about his. What do you want to talk about? How about my teeth? Do you see my teeth are crooked? Right? I'm bald. Is that a problem? Right? Somehow you've got to demonize me because what I am showing people is exploding your faith. What I'm showing people is destroying you. Everybody's begging, let Wes Huff put this guy in his place. I dare you. I dare you, Wes Huff. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, but I know Jesus doesn't have enough courage in the world to fill you with, to put you at a table with me where you and I just look at Greek Bible texts. Right? Right? And we're going to look at everything else around him too, Wes. Don't think that I'm not going to pull out other authors. Don't think I'm not going to school you right there, Wes. I am. It's the way it is. It's how the Renaissance begins. People, go back and read Julian. Fantastic. One of the things that you realize that I'm sitting here so sexily confident is I know what's coming, what we're right on the cusp of. Oh, God, and it's gorgeous. What a world. Okay, now, people, do you want the mystery? This is what she says. This is what the Gorgon says. Do you hear who she is? Right? This is what she's going to say. You want to know somebody? Listen to what they say. Ready? Deute pros me pantes. Come to me, everyone. kai apolausa te sarkikes epithumia, and take full delight in my fleshly intercourse, my desire for copulation. Right? This is the flesh. You are looking at the offering in the mystery of her flesh. Eat my flesh and drink my blood was something Jesus stole from the Echidnaic priesthood. Eat my flesh. Here it is. Now do you understand why the Bible says offering things to idols to eat? Right? Eating offerings, things that are consumed. Do you know what is consumed? It is her vaginal excreta. It is the water of life, you boneheads. She is the Echidna. All right. Now, what does this say? She says, come and partake of it, right? Since it says, then all the other people who hear her voice, what do? They won't go around looking for her. And when they see her, immediately, teleutosin. This word, teleutosin, means both to die and to be initiated. For she knows pasas tas glossas, all the tongues of mortals and of animals of all kinds. And in what way or how does the epode rule over her? Wait a minute, what? What did that just say? Oops. How does the epode? What is the epode? That is the enchanter. People, have I not introduced you to the enchanter? Bring up the enchanter. The enchanter is the one who controls the song. Do you understand? The enchanter is the one who controls the song. Do you want to see what he does? People, I'm taking you to a sacred place. I'm taking you to a sacred place. I hope the congregation is recognizing. Sure, if we were in different circumstances, we would flash up your comments to see if you're recognizing what's going on. Gorgeous. Bring me the text. I'm going to say it again. People, are you ready? I'm going to translate. I'm going to keep translating, right? He says, how? In what way, he says, does the epode rule over her? Pay attention. Here it is. Here it is. Are you ready? This guy knows. What does he know? Ten hemeron tes orexeos. He knows the day of her orexis. How does he know it? Diates astronomias. He knows it through a comprehension of the constellations. And what does he do? He goes around in the place where she inhabits, and he goeteon. What does it mean? He acts the goes. He does the spell, the incantation. He performs the song apomakrothon from a distance on her. And she, as she begins to sing from the voice of the lion and the remaining animals, when she comes to the voice, the tongue, the language of the epode, what does she do? Right? It's different because he interrupts and answers her. And he says, I am not able to see you. Dig a hole from a higher position and place your head in it, that I may not, and I need the next one, that I may not see. Listen to this, people. That I may not see. I need the next one. Yep. That I may not see her head and die. We're doing all this what? In order that I may come to her, to you, right? And lie with you, right? Enter into that state before sleep where we two find ecstasy. That's how koimaomai is translated, right? So, do you have some illustrations of this? Do you see what's happening? The epode knows, the enchanter knows the day of her orexis. He knows the day when she is completely and totally compelled to act with sexual passion. Do you understand? Now, for those of you who perceive that there is some feminine sorcery going on here, you most definitely are right. This mystery, I must remind you, the mystery that the Christians took over was created by a woman, the first Christ herself. Right? So if you'll notice little hints throughout of the beauty, the nature, oh God, I don't even know what it is. Some kind of singamy. Right? Oh God. Okay, what happens? The magus, right? Goetes, that person is able to draw her because they know. And how does he do it? Through her song. For those of you with ears to hear, follow, right? You can use your decoder. Fantastic. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? Bring me the text. We're going to finish it, people. So all of this is in order that I may come in and know you, right? And she, hearing this, why? I'm sorry. She, hearing this, does what? She acts immediately. She follows immediately does exactly what he desires for her to do. And why is that? Because it is her orexis. Again, if this is a new concept to you, it is a mystery concept. You can see it reflected in the marriage between the bride and the groom. That is the end of the mystery. Right? Read your Bible, people. Damn it. Right? So what happens now? So here's what must happen. The epode must then approach her with his back, facing her head, which is sticking through the hole, which is coming from above. It is the portal that is accessing that face. What is that face? Why are we worried about that face? And why is he harvesting? Because as soon, what's it say he does? As soon as he is against her, he uses a cutting implement, a sword, right? And he decapitates her. And he doesn't look at her head, so he doesn't die. Do you understand? Do you have ears to hear? This is everything I've been telling you somehow in one document in the form of analogia, which is exactly what the Vatican priestess said would happen. Do you understand? You've got to use that analogia. You see how it's in the text? Oh, God. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? Right? Is it satellite guided? Let's see. Give me the text again. Oh, God. So what happens? He hides the head, the face, right? Covers it up and hides it in an angeion, a vessel. And there it's safe. You know what I mean? And then what does this magician do? What does this charming singer do? Whenever he comes across somebody or something he doesn't like, he very carefully shows it to them. He takes out her head, the head of the Gorgon, and it completely paralyzes them. Now, I want to let you digest that for a minute, because you have heard of this type of narrative before. Think of it as a theorem. Think of it as a narrative that's meant to give you insight into the geometry of the invisible. Okay? Fantastic. He decapitates her, removing her face. Removing her face, which he uses to turn people to stone. Now, this author is going to say something. When I read this last night, I thought, okay, not only are you giving everything away, but this is too much information, people. What does it say at the bottom? Kaisu noite anthrope. Hey, you person, understand. Have in yourself a mind that is homophonous with God. You, right? You, with this mind, can rule over all opposing forces. Okay? And then right above that, he says, just like Alexander, the king, he had her head as well. And what did he do? He ruled over everyone. Did you realize that Alexander the Great had her face? Did you realize that that was connected to his rulership? You didn't. You didn't know it because it is forbidden. It is areton. It is forbidden to know these things. Do you know what knowing these things does? It brings the lightning. Do you understand? Gorgeousness and gorgiosity all rolled up together, all somehow spun into a cosmic weave of compulsion, of desire, of erotic divinity that is the face of death. The monists want to be rid of her and of hell. But what the monists don't know, is that the texts show us she is the Savior. She is reasserted. It is the 1,000-year reign after the 2,000-year imprisonment that brings the ascendant muse. Wesley Huff, I've got your scriptures. I'm waiting, Wesley. Thank you for coming tonight, people. Thank you for putting up with the tech. We're having real differences with tech and stuff like that. And when we can get these shows together and when we can actually appear. So we will keep fighting to bring you this information. We will keep pushing forward. And I just want you to know, Satanic Congregation, it's coming, right? And I'm not talking to you. Okay, people, you know me. I don't mess around at a date, right? You go to a date, you put everything out there. You know what I mean? You go on that date, you see that person for who they are. Do you understand? Penetrating. Keep your mouth shut. Ask good questions. You understand? Find the corners. Oh, God. And do it. Do it in a way that they want it. They want it. They just want to probe me, right? Like an alien. You know, people talk about the aliens picking up people and probing them. You know, maybe it's not such a bad thing, right? Lots of probing in antiquity. We're breaking through. And what you need to know is that in your immediate future, if you're within the sound of my voice, the lightning is coming. It's coming to the iron rod. Oh, God. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you say it doesn't strike the iron blood. Hey, trust me. Trust me. People, it's been a real honor to show you all of these texts. It's been a real honor to give you an insight into the cult like you've seen tonight. This is deeper. This is the structure of what runs the mystery. Oh, God. Thank you. Oh, no. We can't tell him. Every time he says boom, something happens. Shh. Look to the future, the immediate future, people. Tomorrow, day after. If it's not tomorrow, day after. Sniff around, people. Sniff. The lightning is coming. And keep your goats out of the purple. Hail Satan.
Picking you with smoke that plumes, rattling snakes, I'm Dr. Doom. Conjure witches, Medusa cut the rug with you. Purple dope faders, sing the song of satyrs. Black cape sway, hail Satan, fuck the haters. Get the whip, 666, it's showtime with the poisonous kiss. Let the good times roll, shooting from the hip. On liquid smoke they choke, creeping out the darkness. Evil love, something wicked, this way comes evil love. Wicked is as wicked does evil love. Something wicked, this way comes evil love.